Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and I am at my local post office. This is where I come and pick up all the packages that people send to me. So, this is going to be my first MotoVlog. Never done a MotoVlog before, but I didn't want to start out at my house, just in case there's some stalker rapist that would find out where I live and come and rape my booty hole. So, probably when I do my MotoVlogs, we'll come to the post office, and then we could depart on our adventures from here. So, in case you didn't see my video showing my motorcycle, it's a Honda CB300F. Pretty small bike as far as street bikes go, but I mean I fit on it comfortably, and it's got some get up and go. Mainly use it for a commuter bike, and it's by no means a speed demon, but that's really not what I bought it for. And I guess I can go over a little bit of my history of motorcycle riding as we go. I think I'm going to drive into, if you see on that, it says Riata. That was a place I lived when I first moved to Austin. I don't know if I should be hiding people's license plates. I don't think it really matters, since you have no idea who they are. But Riata was one of the first places I lived in Austin when I first moved down here. But as far as my history of motorcycle riding, when I was probably just like 6 years old, my dad, I don't know where he got it, but we had like he called it a mini bike, and it was basically a frame with a couple wheels that were like off of a go-kart or something, and like a lawnmower engine, and it was pretty slow. It'd probably only go like I don't know, 15-20 miles an hour maybe. And I'd just take it out to the park, like ride around this dirt track in a big circle. But at like 6-7 years old, that was like amazing. I was young. I rode a little bike, like a pedal bike, and not long after I was riding a motorcycle mini bike. So my motorcycle riding, if you want to consider the mini bike riding, goes way back to when I was very, very young. And after that, we probably only had that thing like a year. I remember being pretty upset when he sold it. Why? My mom probably made him sell it. She's always been anti-motorcycle, which I think that is a universal mom thing, unless you got like a biker mom. But I don't think there's too many biker moms out there. So my next bike was after my mom and dad got divorced, and I think they split up when I was like 7, guessing. That's a long time ago. That's like almost 30 years ago. So memory back to those days is pretty you know, it's not too much memories from back when I was that young. But he got me a Suzuki, what are they, RM60? I think that's what it was called. The model numbers I might not be the best at, but it was a 60cc Suzuki dirt bike. And that thing probably went probably up to like 50 miles an hour, I'm guessing. Went pretty fast. I can remember having it wide open and going pretty fast down some like dirt roads. And it stayed with my dad. My dad lived in Tennessee, So it stayed down there, and I would visit them in the summer for like, I don't know, a month out of the year. And that whole month I would have my little 60cc dirt bike. And I had like a little 22 rifle. I'd go out hunting squirrels and rabbits. And that was fun. I enjoyed it. And let's see. After that, it was quite a long time till I had another bike. I think I bought another dirt bike that was like a 125cc, and it was a Yamaha. So that one I had in Omaha. Actually, there was a bike that wasn't even my bike, if you want to count it, that I had in Ohio. I don't even remember whose it was. I just remember I had access to it. I think it was like the neighbor's, and he let me ride it. But I really didn't ride it too much because I'd like ask him to borrow it, ask for permission. And it's not like he didn't care that much, but it was just kind of a hassle. It wasn't very convenient. So then after that, my first street bike was a Suzuki Bandit 1200. And that was a pretty intimidating bike for a first-time rider. And I even took got my motorcycle license on this big 1200cc bike, which I think I had burnt the clutch out doing my motorcycle test because I was just like revving it up and trying to go slow but still have some momentum. But I passed the test. I guess that's all that matters. And I rode that for over a year, probably close to 2 years. And it's the same time I had a Honda 500 dirt bike, which is a big beast of a dirt bike. That thing was intimidating. And I had the 125 around that time too, so I had like 3 motorcycles. And shoot. Oh, that's the horn, not the blinker. Still getting familiar with my bike. So after the Bandit, sold the Bandit, and I got a GSXR 750. And let me tell you, that was lower in CCs, but not in beastliness. That thing 0 to 60 in like under 4 seconds. So super fast. Talking like really high performance sports car. And it was dangerous. Let's say that. You have to to drive it around just like a city. You have to really hold back, because that thing, like, you could pretty much just never get out of second or third gear and keep going the speed limit. I mean, at first gear, that thing will go up to 100, I'm pretty sure, before you redline it. At least second gear. So I did some stupid stuff on that bike. I was younger, dumber, less to live for, and probably the fastest I went on it was like 145, 150 miles an hour. And this thing will not even dream of going that fast. I really don't even know what the top speed. I've seen someone get this bike up to 100 miles an hour, but I'm sure that was a much smaller person than I am. But I am losing weight. So maybe my top speed will increase the less lard I got on this puppy. Oh, do not come over. I had that car, that truck, Avalanche. That was the truck that I moved down to Austin in. There we go, we were up to speed. So the GSXR, I had that for several years. I think it was a 2006 GSXR, and I moved down to Austin in 2007, and I probably had it for about a year after I moved down here. And I really didn't ride that much. And the roads down here, people down here drive a little bit more aggressive than people in Nebraska. So it was intimidating. And I really didn't have any riding buddies. I still don't have riding buddies. I know some people at work that ride, but I think most of the trips that they go on, they like wake up at like 7 a.m. on a Saturday, and that's not my idea of a good day. I go to sleep at like 6 a.m. Please do not pull out in front of me. So, after I sold the GSXR, I haven't had a motorcycle since shitballs do not run through my asshole. That's my biggest fear on a motorcycle, because motorcycles can stop really fast, and cars, especially if the driver's not paying attention, can go right up your booty hole. That's probably my number one fear. Actually, I'm going to take that back. That's my number two fear, is a car driving through my booty hole. Number one fear is a car pulling out right in front of me. Yeah, that would be bad, okay? This thing has really short gears. So being a 300cc, you gotta go through the gears really fast. Close my helmet. So where we took off from, that was Round Rock. And now I think we've already passed into the Austin city limits. So I used to drive down this road coming out to Round Rock, because I work in Round Rock. It's like a 15-minute drive or so to work and home every day. You can go by where I used to live. And the thing with these gears being so short, it's let me see, can I turn, yeah, there we go. Like, I've almost got myself in trouble. Hold on, I'm concentrating here. By downshifting. This is my GSXR. I would, primarily using downshifting to like slow myself. I mean, you do use the brakes, but as you're slowing down, you downshift, and the gears give some resistance in the lower gear and slow you down. And in this one, they're so short that you really got to make sure that you're only going down like one gear at a time. Because I dropped a couple gears, like right before I was going into a turn. I let the clutch out and the back wheel kind of locked up and did a little skid. And that made my booty hole clench up real tight. But I just pulled the clutch in and got out of the skid. But just gotta be careful, because like right here, if I let out the clutch, it would just... First gear is really only from a complete stop on this bike. Which I guess is true for most bikes, but some bikes at least have a taller first gear that if you're going pretty slow, you could shift into it. Not this one. You gotta be like completely stopped.